Hello guys, welcome back to my class. The topic for today is rhyme scheme. In this lesson, you will learn how we make sounds stand out by using rhyme scheme. Basically, what we're going to be doing is learning how to differentiate between rhyme and rhyme scheme. Now, a lot of poets use rhyme scheme to make their poems sound more lyrical and more interesting. And so we're going to be studying this. Did you ever wonder what made the storybooks you read growing up so catchy and interesting? Did you think it was simply the plot? Well, come along and let's learn more about rhyme scheme. Rhyme scheme is the pattern of rhyme that comes at the end of each verse of a line in poetry. So basically, rhyme scheme always comes at the end of each verse or line in a poetry. However, rhyme is when words sound alike. So you need to learn the difference. Rhyme is when words sound alike, but rhyme scheme is when words at the end of each line sound alike. Now, examples of rhyme, we have sat and mat, take, fake, eat, sit. Now, that is how rhyme works. Rhyme can be found anywhere in the middle of the sentence, at the end of the sentence, at the middle stage of the sentence, anywhere. But rhyme scheme will always be at the end of each line in a poem. And this is why you will only find rhyme scheme in a poem. So let's look at short examples of rhyme schemes. We're going to take two lines of poems. The sun is shining bright. This is a lovely sight. Now the trick to figuring out rhyme scheme is that when you hear a new sound, you give it a letter. When you hear another new sound, you give it a different letter. Now, if you hear a sound that is similar to the one that you've heard before, you have to give it the same letter you gave the first one. Let's practicalize this. The word at the end of the first line here is bright. So, we're going to attach it to the letter A. Now, if we check the second line and we see that the sound is similar to the first one, we attach the same letter, A. However, if the sound is different, we attach a different letter. Now, let's go to a different example. Now, notice the word on this line. The last word here is word, and the next word is heard. Now, because the words sound the same, word, heard, we're going to attach the same letter. Now, let's move to a longer poem. In the first line of this poem, the last word is you, and so we're going to attach a letter A to it. And because the next two words are also the same, we're going to attach the same letter to it. And then when we go to the fourth line, we see that the word is different. However, it sounds similar. So we're going to attach the same alphabet to it. But when we go to the next line, we see that this is a different word and it has a different sound. So we're attaching a different letter to it. Because waiting doesn't rhyme with to, neither does it rhyme with you. So we're going to attach B to it. And now we move to the next line. The last word at the end of this line is lies. Now lies doesn't rhyme with waiting, so we can't call it B. And it doesn't rhyme with to, so we can't call it A. So we have to attach a different alphabet to it, which is C. Now when we go to the next line, we see that the word here is hating. Now look closely and tell me if waiting rhymes with any other word that we've used so far. Yes, it does. Hating rhymes with waiting. So we're going to attach the same alphabet we attach to waiting, which is B. Now on the last line, the word here is wise. We have to check if wise rhymes with any word in the poem. Does it rhyme with you? No. Does it rhyme with to? No. Does it rhyme with waiting? No. Does it rhyme with lies? Yes. Wise rhymes with lies, and so we're going to attach the same alphabet to it, which is C. And so the rhyme scheme for this poem is A A A A B C B C. And that is how to figure out the rhyme scheme in a poem. Now, remember this: a rhyme scheme is marked by alphabets, different alphabets for each new sound. Now, rhyme scheme is to poetry what alphabets are to language. So if alphabets are very important to language, rhyme scheme is also very important to poetry. It gives it a sort of lyrical structure and it makes it very interesting. And finally, the best way to understand a poem is by reading it out loud. You have to open your mouth and read the poem out, and that's the best way to enjoy it, and that's the best way to figure out the rhyme scheme. Now, having explained all that, I have here two poems, one by William Shakespeare and the other by George Herbert. Take some time and figure out the rhyme scheme for this poem. And that will be all for this class. Thank you.